green line going up and down means audio good.
Okay.
Audio good.
Are we live?
Yeah, we're live.
Oh my
Good
gosh.
morning. Good morning. Oh,
Happy
cheers.
New
Happy
Year.
New Year with the coffee.
Happy New Year
It was,
to you.
Yeah.
Happy New Year.
Welcome to our channel, Ashes to Rubies. Yeah, where we give hope a platform. And since COVID, we've been doing morning devos. We've always been doing deep devotionals together, a little meditation.
Morning
But
reading.
because of COVID, we thought we would put it on air. Yay.
Let's record ourselves
So
live.
we took a little bit of a break, and now
Yes.
we're back again.
And
we had Christmas. We had COVID Christmas and COVID New Year.
yes.
Low-key stuff. And
Yep.
I know that my every year I seek God for a word for me and our community. And this year it's better to give than to receive. And it was more about giving from what God gives within us to give to the rest of the world.
Okay.
But that being said, was there anything that you got for Christmas that you really liked? What's your favorite thing that you got for Christmas? Could be anything.
That's how we're starting off.
Okay, ask me the same thing.
What did you get for Christmas that you're very excited about?
My friend Josh, he thought it would be a good idea to give an old guy socks. But upon these socks was our faces were imprinted on the socks. Are they even here? They are special. Oh, they're right here. They're very special socks. Oh no, those are Jordan. He gave these ones to Jordan, and that's our little pug. And so he was very creative with his
gift giving.
Yes. So that was one of my favorite things that happened in the Christmas.
That was a super cute gift.
Do I wear those socks with my sandals in the summertime?
No one.
I am looking forward.
No one.
I am looking forward for that opportunity.
No one should ever wear socks with sandals. Ever. No one.
Untrue.
But for sure, if you have socks with your own face on them, you should definitely wear those with your sandals. And shorts.
I can't wait. But they're long ones too.
We are going to read a book called The Language of Letting Go by Melody Beattie. We read it together. It is a daily meditation on codependency. Codependency being
scary stuff. Codependency being the outpouring of chaos creating, fixing, controlling, which produces the adrenaline inside. And
what's the goal in life?
Our goal in life?
Yeah.
Man, you're like, I just said, what was your favorite present? You're asking me like our goal in life?
Yeah.
Is to glorify God.
Our goal is, yes, and to
pass on a message of hope to others.
But relationally.
Through a relationship with God.
Through a relationship with God. But our relationships with others should be interdependent.
Interdependent, not codependent, not dependent, not...
And not codependent.
And I need to get to the spot where the outside doesn't have to be okay for me to be okay. Right. I can be okay without you being okay.
You actually can't.
I'm a work in progress, some would say.
And I also... if you are not okay, I also am not okay.
Wow. Big stuff.
It's
big
difficult.
Stuff for January the 4th.
It's difficult to live in the same house as someone and not be affected by their stuff, right? And so we read this book together, figuring out what does that look like?
Navigating.
You
know the word that I can't stand the most since COVID? Pivot.
Oh yeah, that's.
I want to crush it into the ground.
Yeah.
Why can't we navigate? That's a better word.
Navigate. It's a great word, and we are navigating.
We are navigating.
We are navigating
lots of stuff.
It feels like we're navigating regularly.
All right, so we're on January the 4th. Oh, it's a long one. Oh yeah, good for you. Got your reading glasses on?
So when we do our live, you can't put this like.
I can do.
You can show it.
Look. So it's right there.
My goodness, that's cool.
Good morning, Happy New Year.
That's
Happy
cool.
New Year, Angie.
Cool. So, and then you have to like make it go away?
Yeah.
Oh. Huh. All right. So it's the 4th today. So it's me reading. Today, our reading is Separating from Family Issues. Oh, wow. This is a long one. Stop playing.
Navigating.
We can draw a healthy line, a healthy boundary between ourselves and our nuclear family. We can separate ourselves from their issues. Some of us may have family members who are addicted to alcohol and other drugs and who are not in recovery from their addiction. Some of us may have family members who have unresolved codependency issues. Family members may be addicted to misery, pain, suffering, martyrdom, and victimization. We may have family members who have unresolved abuse issues or unresolved family of origin issues. We may have family members who are addicted to work, eating, or sex. Our family may be completely enmeshed, or we may have a disconnected family in which the members have little contact. We may be like our family. We may love our family, but we are separate human beings with individual rights and issues. One of our primary rights is to begin feeling better and recovering, whether or not others in the family choose to do the same. We do not have to feel guilty about finding happiness and a life that works. And we do not have to take on our family's issues as our own to be loyal and to show that we love them. Often, when we begin taking care of ourselves, family members will reverberate with overt and covert attempts to pull us back into the old system and roles. We do not have to go. Their attempts to pull us back are their issues. Taking care of ourselves and becoming healthy and happy does not mean we do not love them. It means we're addressing our issues. We do not have to judge them because they have issues, nor do we have to allow them to do anything they would like to do us to nor do we have to allow them to do anything they would like to us just because they are family. We are free now, free to take care of ourselves with family members. Our freedom starts when we stop denying their issues and politely but assertively hand their stuff back to them where it belongs and deal with our own issues. Today, I will separate myself from family members. I am a separate human being, even though I belong to a unit called a family. I have a right to my own issues and growth, and my family members have a right to their issues and a right to choose where and when they will deal with those issues. I can learn to detach in love from my family members and their issues. I'm willing to work through all necessary feelings in order to accomplish this.
Amen.
It's such a great reading.
Yeah.
And I was listening to a talk. It took me a long time to listen to because it was very, very long. And he's been in the Al-Anon program for a really, really long time. And he talked really specifically about like examples of that, of like not getting, sucked back in. And it was interesting because the way he described it, like it wasn't like there was anything necessarily horrible about what the other person was doing. But like, for instance, like his mother was very, very, very old and in like a care home, and he had to drive like 40 minutes to go pick her up. And they had this whole plan. He'd pick her up and he'd take her to his brother's. And like, she just says one thing to him in her like frail old voice. What will you be wearing? And he's like, I'm 11 again. And just like instantaneously, like but he said, I've been doing like, I've done 100 million hours of Al-Anon program. But that day, my Al-Anon program didn't work. And he's like, I wound up hanging up on my mother. And it was so awful. And then I have to like apologize to my mother and say like, I'm really sorry for hanging up on you. You don't hang up on an old lady on Christmas Eve. She said, like, he's such a good storyteller. So for me, I just realized like, then there's so many tools. Like he gave other examples of like being with his dad, and his dad said something or did something that was like so reminiscent of when he was 7. And he's like, but that day my Al-Anon program like was really working really well. I was really close to God. And so I was able to just say, oh. And then another point in time where he said like, oh, I have to go now. And then just left.
Take a time out and detach. I think that's really good. And I love the language of detaching, separating, and it's not running away from,
right?
But it's making boundaries about being enmeshed, about unhealthy parts of a relationship. So I really love that language.
And it's really letting people be who they are.
Yeah.
And not like holding on and like keeping them like hostage to, because it took me a really long time to realize that I'm actually seeing the world through like a filter of my experience. And so it's not necessarily that his mother's this horrible person because she would
Mm-hmm.
like criticize what he was wearing. In his mind, she would criticize what he was wearing, but he has to like let that go and let that be her stuff, and then decide like, I'm actually not going to let my 11-year-old self determine how I live today.
Mm-hmm. Well, and one of the things you said, we have to feel good, but like we have a program of action that doesn't just make you feel good. You become better. You don't feel better, you become better. And so I think that's the key of working our own program. And that brings me to, hey, if anybody out there needs an all addiction support group, we're starting one on Wednesday at noon. And so if you want to join us on Zoom, then we will have, it's a short discussion on a concept of addiction, and then a share time afterwards. So if you want to join that, check out Ashes Rubies, and we have all this stuff posted there. So if you want to get started and just curious about addiction or need some support with addiction, then feel free to join us on that. And then we have LifeLab if you want to get more intense and start your journey of getting well, then yeah, join that as well. Anything else on this fine New Year's Day? I was listening to a man on the YouTube, and he was encouraging me that the hardest part of the day is getting out of bed and doing the workout. Today, I've already done the hardest thing. I did my little workout, and I feel like I've already crushed this day, and whatever comes now is just gravy.
And I very much agree with you. And I think we saw that on the weekend where like we're in lockdown in Ontario. We took a vacation, and I knew that there was like things that I needed to do differently in order to be well in my head. And then I spent several days just in the house. I didn't leave the house. I didn't go for a walk. I didn't do anything physical. Most of the time was spent sitting on the couch. A lot of that was sitting on a phone or watching TV or being on my computer. And I got a little irritable, and I have to apologize.
Hey.
I was a little irritable. I was not aware that I was irritable. I thought you were irritable.
You're such a sweet person. Let's go.
I recognize that it's significant. If I don't get up in the morning if I don't have any patterns or any routines in my life, and if I'm really struggling, maybe like it's a goal for me to get out of bed at 10. But I'm just saying like some people are really, really struggling, and like, they're used to, they're stuck in a pattern of staying up super late at night. And, but for me, like, I realize if I shower, like I actually need to make it a goal to shower.
This morning, you got on your stretching mat this morning.
I know, I got
Man, you're crushing it. But that's the thing with anxiety and depression and addiction. We're not actually making choices. We're actually being led to do things that actually increase that, and our addiction is running our lives.
My fears and my everything like are actually what lead me in my life when I'm not working a program of recovery or healthy living
and I don't think a job or a career should be the reason I'm waking up in the morning. Like that shouldn't be my only motivation to wake up. Like if my employer is God, then I need to wake up and get going and be of service, and the only way I do that is be healthy inside. And so that should be waking me up. I don't need to go punch a clock.
What time did you get out of bed?
I don't know, like 6:30, 7.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. All right.
Happy
New Year, and we will see you Wednesday or tomorrow or any other day.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.